light for me, but at least you can see it. Hey, Meg, can you see him? I hope it doesn't rain. All right. So I think he's sleeping, actually. So we'll see him hopefully when he wakes up. I think it's really cool that he's still like on the dock, even though I'm right here. Good morning. Yes. Do you hear them too, the birds? But the heron, the blue heron right here. There's white herons here too. But like when they take off and fly, it's so gorgeous. Yeah, I figured you guys could have some fun behind me, like I guess I can see it too. And I got my beautiful cup. Did I show you guys this cup? It's me and my two sisters, my big sister in the middle, and this is like a tree, and it's like mom watching over us. I'm not sure I showed you that or not. Good morning. Good morning, Bridget. I know it's like the energy is just like a little bit low. I look yellow, don't I? I don't know. Whatever. I have such bad ADD. Okay. But I figured I could go outside. God, spirits always talking about how we need to be outside more. Oh, and by the way, I am, Jay. I was just about to say that. I am doing so much better. I'm so much better, so much better, so much better. Thank you so much for everything, all the prayers, everything else. I've been totally working. There's something else. Oh, yeah, I still haven't found my wedding ring, but it's okay. I asked some people in the Rise into Power group, so everyone that said anything, I looked for sure. In fact, what did I do? Oh, I even got a friend to bring over a metal detector to check my grass and stuff. So we will see. We will see. And you know what? For this week, we don't really ever do these cards, which is the Food Healing Oracle deck. But just because there's so much going on with people's health lately, like, did you see how like the Archangel Raphael deck, like all of like the healing ones came up that week? Do you remember that? And it was like so bang on for me and so many other people. I couldn't even believe it. Good morning. Yes, I hope you guys like that, and I can stay with you guys for the whole hour or so today. Oh my God, these are so active. I just don't even know what. Okay, this is one that we're really resistant to, so I'm going to put it over here. Well, let's look at what we're resistant to right now. Good morning. Yes. To your sisters too? Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me know. I'm thinking maybe end of June, early July, I give you all a Zoom link and we have coffee and cards together, right? Like via Zoom, and we can stream it. Like I can still stream it to like the page or the group. I can, not to the page, but to the group. We should do that. Oh, hi, Deanna. Okay, look at this, something that we're resistant to, everyone. So this is like kind of just like something that we're resistant to playing, to having fun, to like letting go of control, to just like allow a lot of our responsibilities to go, and just actually have fun, just to enjoy, to like let loose, and here's the thing, a lot of times that we do actually play, we might go throw the ball, or we might go on a bike ride and things like that, but during those times we just have to remember to stay in that moment and not to like wish we were somewhere else, or not wish, but like think about where we need to do, what we're giving up for this, how much work we have to do afterwards, so that's the reason why that I really think that coconut's coming up too. And coconut's really good for you. It's actually really good for your skin too. I use coconut on my face like every day. I have really dry skin though. Yes. Okay. I found me a feather. You found me a feather, Shauna, for me? I want to know. Okay. So, this is a good one. Look at this. So this is going to be a card for Monday. It's talking about transformation. You know what I mean? So it's talking about, I want to make sure if he flies away, you guys can still see him. That's our little friend right here. So, so our transformation. So kind of give yourself a little bit of a, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so critical on yourself, right? You are going through a lot. You're going through this, like, even as a mini transformation, to open up new and different parts of yourself, And even with me, I totally feel it. So if you're having any of those kind of health issues, or you're having it's either health issues or it's communication with people. Usually that's what I've noticed, like recently, It's either going to be issues, healing, that kind of stuff, or, communication with other people. And just know it's like you have this learning experience that's really going to help transform you and really help make things a little bit better going forward. So just kind of know that too. Do you love it? I just absolutely love this. I love it. Ooh, a goose feather. And it's so funny too, because there's the duckies. I love the duckies. We thought it was a dead fish out here, and I came out here the other day and it was actually a goose feather. It was a huge goose feather that looked like a dead fish. So that is totally right on for me, Shauna. I can't wait to see it. Moderation. Okay. And so these are pumpkin seeds too, so I don't know why, but to me, when I first seen this too, it's talking about, getting more fat in our diet as well, because fat's really good for our brain health. I don't know why, but that just was coming up. But, so moderation, like, hey, it's okay. You don't have to be so strict. You don't have to be so like, oh my gosh, what do I need to do? And I need to feel better. And I need to do this. And I need to do that. It's like, oh my gosh, honestly, I know it says moderation, which is talking about, you know what I mean? Only, you could do bad thing, you eat bad things, you know what I mean? That kind of thing in moderation, that kind of stuff, you can, cheat on your diet and that kind of stuff. But the thing is, like, for me, it's talking about like being nicer to yourself still, you know what I mean? And giving yourself just a little bit of leniency and that kind of thing, right? And it's like allowing yourself to be off the hook, like in moderation, if you will, right? So, oh my God, for intestinal worms and getting rid of them, Lisa, there's no such thing as intestinal worms, right? Oh, he woke up. He was sleeping. Do you see how he moved his head? Okay, so now I'm going to be distracted back here. Hi. Okay, perfect. I've eaten asparagus twice this weekend. Ooh, so good. So good. See, look at that. Yeah, so Tamara, you're already ahead of the game. Ooh, it's a Wednesday. So Wednesday we're moving into love, right? So again, I still feel like a lot of, you know what I mean, loving yourself thing, but also good news, perhaps coming up on Wednesday as well. And then there's something else too, this focus on the love, you know what I mean? Focus on the good things, especially when people piss you off and things like that, you know what I mean? Try and understand that, like, they're the human type, you know what I mean? They have like their flaws and that kind of stuff, especially if you're holding one up on a pedestal, just kind of bring them back down a little bit. Yes. And then definitely eating your strawberries. I'm doing quick kind of with the cards of the week because I really want to get into like the card pulls, right? And I want to be what Rachel said, because Rachel was like, played. This has been a sign for me this past week. Glennon's podcast, we can do hard things, talks about what fun actually is and how it's different than self-care. Yes. It was counting self-care as fun. Yes. Like, are you talking about like self-care as in like bubble baths and, you know what I mean, things like that? Because like, I know like some people are like, well, I have fun folding laundry. And it's like, no, that's not right. It said it really hit home how I don't allow myself to have fun. Definitely recommend listening to the episode if you need more of that in your life. Yeah. So it's going to be, we can do hard things on Glennon's podcast. Yeah, I think we all totally need that. We all totally need that. Okay. And then, by the way, don't worry, I have like so many other decks, so you guys can let me know what else you guys want for the individual card pulls. I have the Shaman's Dream I bought out here, the Divine Abundance, and the Self-Care one, which I still feel like we need one or two cards from this one too. Says, yeah, totally. Yeah, bubble baths equals self-care. Yes, exactly. I don't know. I love going for bike rides and like BMX, but I can't really do any tricks. I can do a bunny hop, you know what I mean? But that's about it. Ooh, I like it. But I'm going to look up this one. Not all of these do I know very well. Oh my God. I want to know what that was. Okay. KL. Okay, here we go. As a saying, this is for Thursday, okay? As the saying goes, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. As in life, we get ourselves into situations that no longer serve us, and we find ourselves stuck. We innately know we need to move on, but it's easier said than done. Lemons indicate that now is a good time to make a change for the better. Let go of old and look at the situation from a different perspective. Maybe you just truly need to add a little sweetness to what's occurring, right, in your world, right? Is that what it's saying? Yeah. In your world, and let spirit unfold the next steps for you in a perfect and delicious timing. In alchemy, all elements need to be in place. Lemons also mean to hold your position until all the elements are made clearer and you have a better course of action moving ahead. Yay! I absolutely freaking love that. I'm just going to go back on what it says too. We get ourselves in situations that no longer serve us and we find ourselves stuck, right? It's a good time to make a change for the better. Let go of definitely changing your habits, looking at a different perspective. Oh my gosh. So I will tell you guys this, right? Because it was truly about changing perspective, because I was like in a funk for like 4 or 5 days. And it's because I got that news from the doctor, right? And it was PTSD, because it was literally the exact same situation I already been in. And I was kind of like mad at myself for getting myself in that position, right? And, I was like, why didn't I do good for my body? And so it was all of that stuff. And so I had a hysterectomy, right, 7 years ago. And then all the surgery I have to remove my only other ovary because the cancer might have spread into my lymph nodes and things like that, right? Exact same thing that happened before, right? And it was so funny because usually you have that same surgery within 5 years, and it's been 7 years. And I was like, oh my God, like I was like looking at it like, this sucks. I've only gotten 2 extra years than the normal person, you know what I mean? And that kind of stuff. And then one day I woke up and I was watching comedy at like, I don't know, 7 o'clock in the morning to feel better and that kind of thing. And it was so funny because I was like, oh, as soon as I realized, I'm like, wait, I got 2 extra years without the surgery. I must have done something right. Something, something more than the status quo, if you will. Status quo. Yeah. So it was really cool. Like, and then as soon as I realized that, I'm like, no, I am. And I'm going to keep on trying to do it holistically before my surgery is in July. I'm going to try and see if I can do it holistically. But here's the thing. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes you can't get rid of what you have, right? It's a part of a soul lesson. Look at Wayne Dyer, right? He died from cancer. And I know that he says that he couldn't get over some of the things, that he has. But if Wayne Dyer can't get over things sometimes, holistically speaking, then it's like, it's a part of a soul contract. If you read Danielle McKinnon, MacKinnon, Danielle McKinnon, she does a lot of soul contracts with animals. So if you have pets, like, it's freaking awesome, right? But she also has this other book called Soul Contracts. And it's not just with animals, it's also with people. And then it will like tell you, it's like, oh yeah, you actually have a soul contract for it. So don't beat yourself up if you have any kind of ailments and you're not able to get rid of them. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes there's a soul contract. Now you could do a lot of the things that that are holistic and that kind of stuff. But like, to me, holistic stuff, and I love it to death, right? But a lot of it's like a supplement, you know what I mean? It's a supplement, it's an addition, you know what I mean? It's like if you have a cut, then it's not like you're just going to do Reiki on the cut, you know what I mean? You're probably going to maybe put some cream on, put a bandage on it, that kind of stuff, get stitches, and then the Reiki can come in and help heal it a little bit faster. Does that make sense? Oh my gosh. So Shauna is like, when life gives me lemons, I drink tequila. Yes. Oh my gosh. I think he likes coffee and cards, by the way, like, cause he's staying here the whole time. It says fun, playing a game or something that brings you joy. Not task related. Okay. Seriously. We came home last night and we did a puzzle. And we finished the puzzle, not the tarot puzzle. That tarot puzzle is a pain in my ass, but the 1980s puzzle. I'll have to show it to you on my stories. We'll never understand the soul choosing to suffer with cancer. I know, it's crazy. Sometimes I'm like, what in the world did we freaking, like, what were we thinking over there? Okay. I had a freaking feeling that this card was going to come up. I don't like this card. So if you're resistant to something, like, you're really resistant to it, that's what you need to do. Like, so if you're resistant to meditation, then that's what you should do, right? So, oh my gosh, I totally knew it. That's another reason why. Actually, that's the reason why that I want to pull these cards to see if this card would come up, right? Because one of the other cards that just got brought up too was changing our habits. You know what I mean? So changing our habits for a better and actually starting that mini transformation for ourselves with one habit at a time, right? And what the first thing comes up to me is coffee, right? And bam, tea, calm, right, came up. And it was so funny. I have like CBD capsules. I'm trying to like do some other stuff too. And it was so funny because I was taking the CBD for calm while drinking a Red Bull. I am like, wait a second. And I don't drink Red Bulls a little often, you know what I mean? But my son had brought me one of those coconut Red Bulls and it was our day date, so I was going to drink it. But I took a CBD. That's like one that doesn't get you high and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It just has the good stuff on it. And it was so funny because I was drinking the Red Bull. I'm like, what does that make sure? My Heather 2.0 coming soon. Yes. And Rachel, we talked about it too. And it stuck with me. It's so true. Yes. And then, yeah, Shauna's talking to Jay, soul to learn. You never know what's going to happen. Nope. Yeah, Rachel. So I was thinking that we have to have tarot and tea soon too. And it was so funny because I was going to do tarot today. And then I decided not to. Okay. What was I going to say? There was something else. Okay. Okay. Let's do a couple more self-care and then we'll go into the others. We'll go into the other decks. Okay. There's something else that I had to say. Oh yeah, tomorrow starts the challenge. Super excited. I'll be live at 3:00. Cool prizes to give away. If you register for it, then you get even more cool prizes. The daily homework sent right to you. If not, the homework will be put into the Rise in Your Power group. I don't want to And then there was something else. Oh my God. And then tomorrow too is going to be the launch of my website. I have a couple blogs coming out tomorrow. I have this really free guide that's coming out tomorrow, but I might give the Rise into Power group the first dibs on it. So yeah. So the website's being launched. The 5-day challenge is being launched. I have some cool blogs, and the blogs, it's a blog Spirit Talk, right? It's really cool shit, right? Little cool articles and things like that I said, and stories and stuff like that. Like it's going to be 2 a week at least for the next few months. And then there's something else. The cool prizes for the challenge. I have my course that's going up for pre-sale. It's going to be freaking awesome with lots of bonuses. And then next week you can even earn scholarships to the course thing. And the course is all about opening up to your gifts, but it's like I'm taking you from the very beginning of opening up your gifts, your fears, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff. And then we're building on top of it to where we're going to be talking about, you know, obviously psychic and mediumship, lots of tangents of practice and channeling like the higher beings too. And not just that, but like the laws, you know, it's going to be really, really cool. So more information that kind to come ahead. I know. And Meg, you were right. And excited week ahead. And I didn't realize, but that very first card was transformation. Right. And that's like, okay, that's what the course is about. It's about transforming. So whether or not you want to become a reader, or if you actually want to, you know what I mean, just be able to have more to do it in your life, because I don't really worry about my son too much, because I can connect to him like that. And I know if he's okay or not, or what's going on. You know what I mean? If something is off, like I totally know it. Right. Yes. And then Shauna's like, I'm a tea granny or a grave date. I do love, what is that called? Earl Grey. I can't see the person's name. Okay. Who drinks gallons of tea? State your name. So, because tell me who you are, because I have to go into the Rising to Power group and see. Okay. So, all right. Movement, y'all. Movement, right? So we got to get back to moving. I slacked off on the gym last week. Only went a couple times. Moni needs to be like our fitness person. You know what I mean? You need to keep us accountable, Moni. You know, like, so Moni's on TV for it. Just saying. Sorry, I let you out. I took you out of the closet with that. And by the way, number 36 is my favorite freaking number, right? So we got to definitely pay attention to our numbers that are coming up this week too, right? Writing a gratitude list like every single day. And what I end up doing is for number one, I don't say the same thing over and over again, right? Like I am always going to be grateful for my husband. I'm grateful for my son. I'm grateful for like some of the things like over and over again, right? But then, you know, try and look at your gratitude list from a different perspective. Like, is there anything bad that happened that you can be grateful for? You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm really grateful, you know what I mean, that I was delayed in getting to the grocery store because I really needed to take that phone call. You know what I mean? I'm really happy, you know what I mean? I'm really grateful that this thing happened because it taught me this, you know? So I go a little bit more deeper with my gratitude sometimes, just because I'm always such a grateful person that it's like, I know some people have a hard time feeling grateful, but I'm super grateful. But then look at the pandemic, right? It went from like feeling grateful to this to like, you didn't even know, like, I didn't even think to be grateful for restaurants being open or grateful for seeing my friends and family. You know what I mean? Because it's something that we all took for granted. And now like a grateful list is like miles long. Okay. No way. And Moni is going to be on channel 36. Bam. See, like everything happens for a reason, right? It was like, I was in this reading the other day, and it was so funny because I was like, this guy that I'm talking to reminds me of my uncle Tom. And as soon as I said Tom, I was like, Tom. And then I was like, do you know what Tom on the other side? Or for some reason, I'm too scared to say Tom. So I'm like, Tom, or let's go with Tony, right? Because I know it's a T name for sure. It's a T-O name, right? And she was like, no, that's his name. Tom is my dad. And so it's like, yes, see, everything happens for a reason. And look at that. I talked about Moni be on TV for the first time. I said channel 36, and Bam's just going to be on channel 36. That's not me. That's spirit coming and talking to us, right? And then Shauna's like, I drink tea all day long from the time I wake up till I go to sleep. Oh my gosh. That's what I want to do with coffee. We shouldn't. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyone resonate with the number 54? 54, going once, going twice. Right? So this is talking about watching a movie too. But that cat is really standing out to me, y'all. So I think it also has to do with someone that is like, what is it called? Has a cat, that kind of thing. I don't understand why they would be talking about watching a movie. I think that is just talking about trying to be in the present moment, doing something laid back, doing something that just kind of chill. You know me, I don't really count like movies as like self-care and something that you love, you know? But in this case, they're really talking about it because it's like a need to slow down. Just even like today, like during the afternoon or whatever, like that, watching a movie, doing something that's just kind of like, instead of trying to be go, right? And that's like me, I would never, ever whatever, like watch a movie during the afternoon. It's like, I got too much shit to do, but this is your sign. Okay. All right. Amazing. I like Shauna. He is still with you. Sometimes we cross over to be able to protect our loved ones, talk to him and ask him. Yes, exactly. Yes, Shauna. Yes. And remember, they're going to come in different ways. You know what I mean? Depending on their personality. We go over that in the course too, a little bit too. But it's like, if they're a quiet person, you know what I mean? Then their sign's going to be a little bit more subtle. You know what I mean? If they were crazy, you might have a crazier one, and then it's also how you receive information as well. Right. So are you a really big seer? Do you see things, you know what I mean? Or are you more of a hearer? So it's going to be more of like music that he brings to you. And it's all coincidences. And then the more that you trust in the coincidences, the more you talk back to the coincidences, then the more that you get them. Like, I feel I can have a conversation with my mom via like telepathy, like via signs, if you will. You know what I mean? Just like how it's like, grandma, is mom going to pass away? Oh, okay, you are with mom. Mom is going to pass away. Oh, okay, mom's dad's with her, Hey, Jody. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, for some reason I'm drawn to Moni, right? Because Moni has to help us, right? Ooh, look at that. And it says Grace. This is for you, Moni. Benefactor. And it's a number 3 again. I love number 3. Sorry, I don't know these cards very well. So remember, I think I only used them like one time, right? But I do love them because they're really pretty. So hopefully you can see it. I'm going to like cover my face because all my lines are showing. Okay, when the benefactor weaves her energy into your life, Moni, you're put on notice that all manner of positive reinforcements coming your way. The universe wants to let you know that just as you have been generous with others, serving with your gifts, even the smallest capacity, so will you be rewarded, right? The most beautiful gift of the benefactor gives you is a recognition that you are stewarding and sharing abundance on behalf of the higher source. So don't be downplaying what you're doing, right? You are literally a steward of source right now. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter like what you're doing, how low you're doing it, you feel that you're doing it, you're making an impact, right? And then it says, sharing abundance on behalf of the higher source, one that is always working through you. The motives of our generosity to you, as well as yours to others, are intangible, although you receive the false reflected in material worlds, right? So they are talking about, honestly, it's saying that if you haven't noticed the outcome of the material world, like abundance, you know what I mean, money and that kind of stuff, hopefully you will hear soon. The benefactor reminds you that it's in the purity of your desire to share without the need of reciprocity. I know that word, I just don't know how to say it, right? And it says your generosity will be reciprocated tenfold, seemingly without any connection to the original act, right? So it's like it might not be a raise coming from that, but a raise coming from somewhere else, or unexpected money, and windfall and that kind of stuff, right? And then it says dream sharing and carrying into being, and you will be amazed to see the vibration seed take root and spread. Do it just because, and the benefactor will give you her blessing, right? Isn't that freaking awesome? It's almost like, I think I told you guys like how I did like a house clearing, and it's like totally free for whatever. I don't always get paid for things, but I just know that anytime that I give, I'm going to get back at least 3 times. You know what I mean? And it's not like I expect it, but it's like, okay, how is it going to come back to me? I'm really curious, right? I'm just really curious how it's going to come back to me. I like to see if I can notice. And then sure enough, I came back from the blessing, and it was like, I think it was like the next day or something. I found $100 bill in my drawer, and I'm like, how the heck did I? What? I obviously I might have left it there, but how come I never seen it before? And like, what was I doing leaving $100 bill in a freaking drawer? So that's how I say it's like, okay, I got paid, So this is for you, Moni. So that is freaking awesome too. I love it. Isn't that a pretty card too? So pretty. Really, and Moni is like surrounded by abundance. I feel so blessed. Thank you. Oh my gosh. And wow. Okay, so Shauna, that one kind of came up for you as well. So definitely take what was said for Moni for you because it came up. I thought that, okay. So all of that stuff about the abundance expected from different places and that kind of stuff. And it is so funny. 57 keeps on coming up, and 57 is my Uncle Jim who passed away. That was the year he was born. But I still don't get exactly what he's trying to tell me. So he's just going to have to make it clearer, Uncle Jim, unless it's not Uncle Jim. It could be Uncle Dale, I think. Uncle Jim is definitely born in 57, but maybe there's someone else born in 57. That's the reason why that Uncle Jim's not answering me, right? Okay. So we got this one for Shauna, right? And it's called Unmarked Trail Shauna, right? says you're being called now to embark on a sacred journey, right? The knights in their quest of the Holy Grail had to make sure to take an unmarked trail that no one ever followed, right? Or they would not accomplish their goal. Likewise, you must enter the darkest forest of your soul via a route as yet unidentified to find out what you seek. The manicured past will bring you only temporary pleasure and later great pain. Do you see where they're going with this too? It's like you need to do stuff that you've never done, and especially like things that your family has never done. You know what I mean? Almost breaking cycles of the family. It's like breaking cycles of your own habits, right? You have to take a different path that you never did. You know what I mean? So if you're sitting around and you're kind of scared about something, or you're feeling the apprehensiveness, you know what I mean? More than likely, that's the route that you have to go, right? Ooh, and then whatever you're doing, literally, it says stop it, stop it. Literally, it's like exclamation point, right? You already know there is no reward at the end of the road you're following, right? You're probably staying there just for comfort. You are only killing time. Pause, breathe, and commit in your heart to a sacred endeavor. I think you know what they're talking about, right? Like you have an idea on this. Vow to not look for old solutions that may have worked with past challenges. Get out of character, try the outrageous, and keep your quest private. I wonder if this has something to do with your with your powers, you know what I mean? Like with your healing capabilities, you know what I mean? And things like that, you know what I mean? Maybe apprehensive to share them with the world or something along those lines, because I feel like it also has to attach with like day job thing, right? Like what you do for a living versus, you know what I mean? Maybe even doing more of this on the side. And I know how you feel about it, but like, keep open mind on it. I'm going to continue. Now is not the time to speak the voice that called you to embark on the unmarked trail. That time will come, right? All right. The unmarked trail can be a sign that you have already made a choice, even if you do not want to acknowledge it. Be at peace with what your heart knows to be true. Your heart has already been made up, and your mind will follow. Pack lightly, taking only with you essential beliefs that you know to be trustworthy under all circumstances. The universe has your back. Revelation. Oh my gosh, Shauna, I love it. I love it. I love the holy cow, 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 cow. So that's a good one, isn't it? It's a good one. They never cease to amaze me, ever. And then look at all that green. I'm not sure if you can actually see it. I feel like we should pull a card for him. Oh, look, did you see that? When I said pull a card for him, he like lifted up his what is it called? He lifted up his neck. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. I love this, Shauna. I'm so happy. Okay. This is fun. Okay. All right. Oh, Crystal, it's been a while. Oh my gosh, really? I love them. I love the white herons. Like, not that I don't love them, but they're like awkward and weird. And then it's like, they take forever to get a fish. I feel bad for them. All right. This is for Christine Murray. Ooh, you got the pretty card, Christine. Refusal of the call. I don't even have to read it. I know what this is already saying, but you know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Oh, hi, Colleen. You didn't miss it. Well, the daily cards, but you know, I post those. Okay, and Moni said, the universe has your back. I have the book and I haven't read it yet. Oh yeah. So that's totally a sign for you, Moni, too, because I remember I emphasized the universe has your back just for that reason, because of that book. I think it's a really good book. Really, really good book. Love it, by Gabby Bernstein. The universe has your back. Okay, so this is for Christine. Dream Thief. Look at that. Refusal of the call, right? So the Dream Thief is a soft and compelling seductress. Her only purpose is to keep you hypnotized by comfort, right? And sameness. She wants to tell you your old stories over and over so you don't evolve beyond them. Ask yourself whether you are reverting back to familiarity of your origin story of why you were wounded or when you were rejected. Do you talk about how your family molded you as a child without acknowledging that you've already become someone else? Oh, I love that. Teaching from an old wound will never allow you a new adventure. Instead, bring to mind how you've already changed, remembering that you have new stories to rely and build upon. Do you want to move beyond the barrier of glass that you've placed between you and the horizon? You can, and it's not difficult. Answer the call to a new adventure and drop your resistance to sailing the uncharted seas of your potential. The wind will soothe and sing the dream thief to sleep so you can wake up and move forward. You are so much more than you know. Now it's time to express what has been lying dormant. Your new adventure has already begun. So this is talking about getting outside your comfort zone. Again, I think that's kind of like a little bit of a theme that's been going on here too. And it's like not getting into the comfort and the sameness and not like repeating the same stories and over again, because you have changed, you have overcome, you know what I mean? You have, time has passed and you have learned, you have grown, right? So now it's really time to see what that new person that you become is made of, right? By doing something fun that you love to play somehow, you know what I mean? To just embark on something that's new and, maybe something that you're curious about. So whatever that is, you know what I mean? Whether it's spirituality, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. You need to do that, Christine. And by the way, okay. So a couple of things too that came to me. It was actually, it was kind of distracting. Okay. So I got to do this. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry guys. Symbolism. Okay. Oh man. Sorry, I took it as a sign that this heron is still here, right? And so I had to look it up, and it says that the meaning, the symbolism is tranquility and stillness, which I totally know that I've been needing to meditate more. I've been needing to like calm down, this, that kind of thing. So it's going to be for all of us too, right? And it says they represent an ability to progress and evolve, which is so funny because that's kind of what it was talking about with Christine's card, right? And it talks about, look at that. The thin legs of the heron reflect that an individual doesn't need great massive pillars to remain stable, but must be able to stand on one's own, right? And that is so, so true. You know what I mean? Talking about your independence. It's talking about going ahead, and this is going to be for everyone, right? And it's like being your own self, you know what I mean? And not having to like rely on other people for validation or whatever like that, you know what I mean? As you move forward, doing whatever it is you want to do, And it's like, that's the reason why I think in one person's card, it was talking about keeping it silent and not like telling a lot of people, because that's better, you know what I mean? Of course, if it's anything spiritual, you have the Rise into Your Power peeps to have your back, but it's like, yeah, you might have to keep it quiet. Like I remember like, I didn't want to tell anyone I was a psychic medium. I even went to the Mind's Eye, you guys. When I was at the Mind's Eye, I totally like didn't even want to tell them that I was a psychic medium, And now it's like, yeah, I'm a psychic medium. Who cares? You know what I mean? It's like, because then you get more comfortable with it. And I'm able to stand up on my own, like his little feet, But it might not be with spirituality that I need to stand on my own for. It might be some other things too. So something to think about in different areas of your life. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Oh yeah, where is Tara today? I didn't see her. I didn't get to see her video yet, but she was doing really awesome. Tara got to sing like the national anthem. She was really nervous, and I think she posted in the Rise into Your Power group too. Maybe because I live by I see blue herons all the time, but maybe it's also a message. Yeah, see, I see them all the time too, but the fact that he's still here, that's why I was like taking it as a sign. I'm like, he hasn't moved, because usually they get spooked really, really easy. Or maybe he's a spiritual heron, right? I came out of work and there's a stream next. Blue heron was sitting there, and I turned to look at me. I spoke to him for a few minutes. Oh my gosh! See, that's so funny too that I was in the middle of your like card reading, Christine, when I was getting that messages about the heron. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, there's a meaning to it. Just like we might see deer, but sometimes like a deer ended up on the island. That's an island right there. That's an island. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel so bad for that deer, because there's only one way off the island, which is that bridge. And I'm like, he's going to have to like try and find that bridge. Okay. And Meg's like, what a great message. A heron flew over my backyard last weekend. Yes. See, I told you there was more things to this heron today. Oh my gosh. Yes. Deer swim. Oh my God. That's so true. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Do you guys notice what I just noticed, right? This is what I'm talking about. Okay, that heron has been sitting here for however long that I've been live now, 33 freaking minutes, right? He was here earlier when I was setting up. That means I've got my computer out here. When I got my freaking coffee out here, when I brought my cards out here, he stayed there, right? And then as soon as I was like, oh, okay, there's more to this, he is sitting here, right? And then we start talking about the symbolism, and everyone, like Meg is like, oh yeah, totally, you know what I mean? And Teresa's like, yes, you know what I mean? Blue heron, this must have a meaning, right? And then as soon as we talk about the meaning of the heron, he freaking leaves. That's what I'm talking about. That's how it works, right? So if you keep on seeing the numbers, if you keep on seeing these signs, you know what I mean? They keep on coming up to you, right? They keep on coming up to you for a reason because there's a message that you're not getting, right? You don't keep on calling your friend over and over and over and over again unless there's a freaking reason, right? So it's like you're not just going to keep on calling and then being like, I don't know. You have to get the message, right? And so as soon as we get the message, he freaking leaves. So just like when you're in a reading or, you know what I mean, whatever it is, it's like if you keep on getting it, it's happening for a reason. And then as soon as you realize the reason, then it should go away. It should stop. Does that make sense? And it does not freaking prove it. Look, our buddy's gone. Yes. Okay. They fly over my house now, and I have a mama and a baby deer in my yard. I feel mama trusts me with the baby deer. Okay. It's so funny that I brought up the deer too. Oh my gosh. Oh, yes. Okay. Let's try. Let's get some more too. She needs to hear what you said about the Dream Thief card. Yes. And no, I did not, Colleen. And nope, Jessica did not find my ring yet. Oh my God. And it's so funny too, because I took 3 pieces of paper, cut them up, right? So 3 baby pieces of paper. Told my husband, I'm like, write my ring on one of them and write my ring and write 2 other things in the house that I don't know what they are, but we know where they are. They're in the house, right? And so I felt the energy of every single one because I wanted to see if I could still connect to my ring, right? So I had no idea which one. So I couldn't have been like, oh, this paper's thin. And I knew that I wrote the ring on a thin paper. Nope. They were all the same one. He wrote them on. He gave them to me. I felt the energy. Sure enough, I picked up the one that said the ring. So then I went ahead and I wrote down all the places I thought the ring could be or somewhere else, right? So I literally wrote down the bedroom, the car, you know what I mean, the gym, the grass, whatever it was. And then I felt the energy, and the one that I picked was somewhere else. So we'll see. Okay. And yeah, and Moni's like, yes, it is a struggle with 1 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2. That see it all the time. Yes. And then like, you know, go more. Be like, okay, I'm getting freaking sick of seeing this, right? Because 1's new beginnings, 2's are coming together. Like, what the hell do I have to do to stop seeing this? Like, what do you want? What do you want? Like, you need to send me a sign of an action that I need to take, right? Because like that would bother me because I don't really see a whole bunch of numbers that much. I see 316, but 316 is supposed to be my life number, right? So I see 316 when it's the universe coming to saying hi really quick, right? But if I see 315, then I know I'm like, okay, I got to step it up. If I see 317, I know I got to slow down. Make sense? All right. So this is actually for Jody. Winter's Dream. Sorry, Jody. I'm going to read it from the book. I'm so cheating today, right? So here we go, Jody. Can you see it okay? So it says, the winter's dream is a summons to go within. Your life force longs to turn inward, like the sap of trees returning to the roots. Cast your gaze towards the deep and hidden places in your heart. Come to rest again in the sanctuary and safety of your soul and be at peace, basking in your crystalline clarity in that quiet place. This is not hibernation. Do not fall asleep. Take your quiet, wakeful nature with you into stillness and know that you are replenishing your life force. Trust that deeply buried seeds inside your soul, the ones you planted before you were born, are stirring softly, ready to awaken in the spring. But do not try to rouse them early. Instead, surrender to the winter's dream. So this is talking about that you're actually going through, you might be even feeling like you're going through a lot. It could be even mentally and that kind of stuff too. And it's because they're talking about like you are waking up to more parts of yourself, more parts of the world and that kind of stuff too. So you also might feel a little bit more disconnected from people as well. But it's like, don't rush the process. You know what I mean? Just kind of like go with the flow and that kind of stuff. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of what is going on. Try not to get caught up in it, right? And it's also talking about stillness too. So any kind of meditation, walks, being in nature, slowing down, getting off the phone, getting off electronics too is really going to help, right? And it says it can lull you into a slumber where you lose consciousness and become caught in a nightmare. Yes, it's literally like, you know, drama. If you're ever around people with drama, I used to be completely addicted to drama, and my family still is too. You can get so caught up in the energy of drama, you know what I mean? And honestly, energy of drama feels pretty good at the time, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh my God, getting into like the little nicks and crannies, like, oh my God, why did that person say this? Why did this? Why this? Why this? Why this? And we got to like overcome that. Don't get caught up in the dream, you know what I mean? And if it's not drama with people, it could be like bills, it could be like, you know, the crazy human life and getting in the nitty gritties and stuff like that. And that will make you fall asleep and not remember this great, beautiful world out here. I hope that makes sense. And it says, find the easy return to wakefulness that brings you clarity. This is a time to set your priorities in order, but not yet act on them. So like brainstorming, like, what you need to get done or what you want to get done, what your soul is calling for you, but not really taking any action yet. Okay. And then it says, this is a time for action will come later. Remember that all things are born from dreams, and your task is to wake up within the dream. Right. And so in case I talk about dreams too, so definitely pay attention to dreams, keeping your notebook on the side and that kind of stuff too. Yes. Okay. This is exactly me right now. Yes. And so it's like not taking any action right now, you know what I mean? And don't feel pressure to take any action, right? Because like the way that I see it too is if you were supposed to take any action, then you already would have, you know what I mean? Like spirit would have pushed you towards it, but any time that you are feeling resistance to something, like I swear, I don't know if you guys can see that. Like I call them loons, but I know they're not a loon. But they're black little Loch Ness monsters. Like in the thing, like they only have like their head up, and then they go down and they get a fish, and they come back up. But they only have this much. So I'm the Loch Ness monster. Sorry, Jody. I totally am so distracted by out here. I love it. You know what I mean? But it's kind of something that you would really benefit from. You know what I mean? Just being there and chilling and that kind of stuff. Writing down your thoughts, journaling them, that kind of thing. That's kind of like what they're talking to you about. Totally distracted. I'm so sorry. He's like right there. Like why does he have to go hunt fish right there? Oh my gosh. And Erica's like, dreams are such a powerful tool to gain insights and get messages, right? Oh my gosh. And I just want to tell you this now because like Erica brought it up. Oh, and by the way, she's part of Spirit Lights, and Spirit Lights is going to be on Coffee and Cards next month. And Hem is coming on Coffee and Cards next Sunday. So for Father's Day. I think Father's Day is next week, right? But dreams. And it was so funny. It was because of, I had a dream right before the doctor told me about like, okay, the cancer could spread and that kind of stuff, right? And I had a dream that my hair was falling out and I had to have a round of chemo. And I looked at my husband in the dream and I said, what if this is the beginning of the end? Right? And then the doctor called me that day that I woke up from that dream, right? And so I was like, oh my God, like that would suck if I had to do that and that kind of stuff. And it's like, oh my God, I fell for what I tell people not to do. It's like you can't look at the negative side of things, right? And it was so funny because I was talking to Rachel about that dream, and then Rachel was like, it's a 2.0 Heather coming. You know what I mean? As soon as I said that, she was like, I thought it was about the transformation. You know what I mean? Because we're always going up a level. It always seems like we're learning. You know what I mean? As long as you're going with the flow, it's always a different level going, and I was like, oh my God, you're right. It is the beginning of the end. It's the beginning of like a new Heather and the end of the one that might be a little more doubtful or a little bit more unsure or, that kind of thing, if that makes sense. And then 1 second, I think I missed something. What has it meant for you? I believe 22 is my mom. What is your numerology, Moni? Have we done your numerology? Are you life path number 22? I'm life path number 33. So I am going to need your birthday. If you feel comfortable. If not, then text it to me or whatever. Okay, so yeah. So 22 is a master number in numerology, right? It talks about like, it's like the healer. I think it's the teacher. I think that's what it is. Who knows numerology here? Doesn't like 11 is like the like a master healer, and then 22 is the master teacher, and then the 33 is the master teacher healer. I have to look at it. I forget the exact names of 11, 22, and 33. So yeah, and then definitely if you have, so 22, does February 2nd mean anything to you? Does the 22nd of a month mean anything to you? I wonder if he's coming back. We didn't get our, let's see. Yeah, that's our sign. He's back now. I need to learn how to journal. Oh my gosh, write down. The best thing about doing a journal is that you have to write down in your emotions. You know what I mean? Don't just write what happened during the day. Try and get some of those emotions out, right? It's a sign that I'm going the right way. I am path 11. Yes, which is 2. Oh, but it doesn't. So if you have 11, 22, or 33, it's a master number, right? And you can still have the qualities of a 2, but it's like you also have the qualities of 11 if you choose to go on a life path 11, which is like a master number. You know what I mean? So that means that you just have like a greater purpose. You might see yourself with like more challenges or more people to help or that kind of thing, right? If you're 11, 22, or 33, right? Okay, yes. Okay, I just want to make sure I get it, everything. Okay. Okay, I think you're a 4, Moni. I was going to do it just in case. Okay, you're a 4. I can send that information to you too, what a life path 4 is. The flow of the universe is my song of my soul. I love it. 11 is spiritual. Wait, where would it go? Spiritual lifetime. Yes. Okay. I know sometimes there's a lot of people on here. Sometimes there's not. I just know that whoever's on here needs to. Okay. Okay. And Nancy, you are a 7. If you guys could email me and then I could just send you it, like what it means, that'd be helpful, right? You just see how like Nancy wrote it. So you're gonna do like 7 plus 2 plus 1 plus 6. If you have zeros, it's just plus 0. You know what I mean? And so then you just add them up. And so you don't reduce it if it comes up to be 11, 22, and 33. Just to let you know, not all numerologists agree with the number 33. But I do, because it makes sense, because 11 plus 22 is 33. So that would be the master of all master teachers or whatever. Like, it doesn't mean that much to me now. Like when I first started, I was like, oh, master teacher, but yeah, so that's how you do it. And then you look up, I have Daniel McKinnon's book. So, you know what I mean? I have a PDF. So if you just want to look through it, I can send it to you. Okay. I was taught that you add your birthday together and get one number. Yes, but not 11, 22, or 33, because those are master numbers. But I'm expecting 22. Like, I love Moni. Moni's like, because if 22 meant anything to her. And then she's like, no, but I'm expecting 2022 to be amazing. I think we're all hoping that too. Yes. My girls are born April 2nd, May, June 2nd, and my sister's December 2nd. Wow. That is so freaking cool. Okay, Teresa, okay. I am so, oh no, don't be upset. Obviously, there's the replay. I am not going to do any kind of math in my head. Okay, Jody, it looks like that's an 8. So that's 10, 16, 17. Yeah, it's 8. Okay. And then Erica's like, I love Erica. Calls you to reflect on stillness, patience, deep meditation. Yes. Okay. Heron teaches you how to manage your social life, all while showing you how to avoid excessive isolation, which is so true too, because I've been trying to get involved more with my friends and that kind of stuff. Like, because I'm an outgoing introvert, so like even having someone over to use the metal detector to see if we could find my ring in my grass, like that was a big deal for me. Oh, Anisha, my life path is 11. Yes, she lives in building 11, apartment 11. My son was born 2011. I always see 11, 11, 11, 11. Oh my gosh. And I love all the ones too, because all the ones are talking about you are still in, you're one. You're one with the consciousness. You're one. You know what I mean? So it's like you are never better than or less than anyone else. You know what I mean? And that really just helps you, because it's like when you get down to the nitty gritty of it, it's like I am you and you are me. It's really fun. Nope, 9 and 10. 9 and 10, Shauna. Yep, so it looks like a 3 to me. My ex says I'm at a 6 at best. He. I must check how to calculate my number. Yeah, so the kind of like what Jessica's just doing right here, right? So I'm going to go 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 3 plus 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 9. And so I got 31. Well, you can't see it, 31. But since that's not 11, 22, or 33, she's going to reduce it till she gets one number. So that's 3 plus 1 is 4. So she's a life path 4. So these are life paths, right? So that's when you use your birthday. But there's also like other numbers for like your day, you know what I mean? Like your year, right? So what you can expect this year. But like I feel like we're getting a numerology class, which we can do, I think in the course I go over this as well, just so that you guys know, and we get into more, because you can do numerology on your name. You can do numerology on your birthday. You can do numerology on, like, it's so incredibly cool. And then there's like karma numbers, you know what I mean? Karma debt numbers, you know what I mean? So that's really interesting. I thought he was looking at me. Okay. Oh, hey, Sammy. Okay. I think that we are about to do, you guys, I get so addicted talking to you guys. I get so addicted. Okay. I think that we need to do pick a card. I'm moving this back. Okay. We need to do pick a card. See, he says, I don't know what kind of bird that is. Oh, I love it when muskrats scream, and then a swan showed up here. the other day. I'm feeling I need to pull 4. Okay. I definitely don't like that card. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. And then just to let you know, after this course, because this course that I'm doing too, it's like every single week a lesson, and then every single week a coaching call with me, right? And so it's really fun. But the thing is that I couldn't do tarot or oracle in this course because tarot and oracle is, by itself is like amazing. Oh, yeah, that course is like 9 weeks long. It's really freaking awesome, right? But the tarot and oracle card course will come up after that, by the way. So just I'm doing it. It's fun, right? Okay. Sorry, I started this. I know, isn't it hilarious? There's a Hindu prayer that I sing that means that. Oh, I want to know it. Can you like put it in the Rise into Your Power group or something, or here? Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that, Nisha. I can't remember, but either 4 or 5 is a lifetime for freedom. 8 is material lifetime, more about money. You know what I mean? I would actually think, because like 4 to me is still about foundation and planning and things like that. So, but 8 is for material lifetime. Totally see that. Yeah, more about money. Yes. And it's really cool too because it'll go into like details and stuff like that. And it'll even tell you like what jobs that you're good with, depending on what numerology that you are, right? Okay. I think mine says like I'm a really good teacher, and that's what I love. I just love every time I learn something new. It's like I just want to go show everyone, tell everyone like I learned this, you know. Okay, you ready? Pick a card. Okay, so if you didn't get like a message just for you today, this is your chance. This is your opportunity, right? To ask Spirit, say, please help guide me to the card that I need to hear the most. You know what I mean? Please help guide me to a card that will have a message for my highest good today. There are 4 cards. So I say card 1, card 2, card 3, card 4. When I said those numbers, do any of them stand out to you? Did it sound like I was saying one louder than the other, or sounded a little bit different to you? Or is there any what you're like, oh God, no, I don't like that card at all, right? So that could be one that's showing you that you're resistant to it. You're resistant to that message. So card 1, card 2, card 3, card 4. My hand chakras are like going crazy right now. Oh yeah, Rachel, I've seen that. The 12 weeks with me. Yes. My whole life perspective has shifted. Oh my gosh. And my whole perspective has shifted and my intuitive skills have increased tenfold. Yes. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I don't know what I did. Okay. And then Teresa's like, with tarot, yes, but numerology 8 is money. Yep. My oldest son is 8. Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh, Lisa and Moni both chose 1. Like I did not like the number 1. Okay, I have number 4 as well with a little bit of 3. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Hi, beautiful. Right back at you. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Oh yeah, remember I don't know these cards very well, so okay. I love how he's just staying and chilling for us, right? So Drifter. What lights you up, experiencing life as it comes, seeking the essence, but not knowing the form. This is card 1, right? The Drifter invites you to step out of your to-do list and your ordinary routine to feel like the breeze against your skin, calling you to follow the wind and explore life's opportunities. When this card appears, it's a sign that it's time to cut the mooring lines holding you at the dock. Funny that they're talking about a dock and I have a little dock there, right? It's a sign. It's not important to know the destination before you sail. It'll become clear as you leave port. Do not wait for a map, as there's none to where you are destined to go. But be sure that you do have a compass to keep you true. Yours is a pure love and your intention to be free, even to your own beliefs and perceptions. Few appreciate the energy of the Drifter. Here, you might not seem to be doing anything worthwhile meeting someone else's expectations, but you are the only one who understands that others are running full out on the hamster wheel and getting nowhere. Your laziness, quotes, right, is an underappreciated virtue. You know that life will find you and bring you everything you require without your having to search for it, but simply being instead of doing. Even as you let your mind wander, releasing it to go about your daily walkabout, call it back home regularly to deliver the news from the cosmos. The drifter. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so distracted. The drifter helps you find what you are looking for, even when you didn't think you were seeking anything, right? It's talking about getting out of your own like routine, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff, right? Exploring different opportunities, doing something different. And they could start off with going to like different places, you know, for your coffee, for your food, you know what I mean? Going inside instead of bringing stuff home, you know what I mean? Eating outside, going on like a rooftop restaurant, you know, that kind of stuff too. And it's like really just keep on going where the love is, you know what I mean? And taking advantage of those opportunities, you know what I mean? And seeing what opportunities are out there for you, you know? So it's like, yes. And it's awesome too. It's just like kind of go with the flow. And it's like, you know, live one day intuitively picking up everything. Right. So like I've done this a couple of times where it's like, I'm just going to set sail on a highway and I'm going to get off on like between me here and Flint. Right. So it's about an hour. Right. Oh, that's my hair. Okay. It's an hour drive. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to get off on an exit and I'm just going to get off on that exit. I'm just going to see where it leads me. Right. And it was so funny because I ended up, I'm not sure if you guys are from Michigan, but I ended up in Oxford and I've never been to Oxford before. I was just following my intuitive, feeling. And I ended up at this, little coffee shop, right? It was super duper cute. And I'm like, this is amazing. I had no idea this was here. I thought I was going to go out where cows were or something like that. And it was so funny because when I walked into the coffee shop, the guy in the coffee shop was someone that I had just seen the day before at a metaphysical store in this area, like 45 minutes away. I'm like, what are the freaking odds, you know? And I've done it a few times. It's so much fun. I feel like that's something that whoever chose card 1, it would be really cool to do. You know what I mean? Having some of that time with yourself and exploring and that kind of thing, right? Oh, did you really? That's so cool, Jessica. Okay. All right. So, ooh, dust devil, y'all. Moving out of stagnation, right? And it says this card causes a ruckus. Ooh, some people are afraid of this chaotic nature. Of his chaotic devil, I guess, believing that he comes intentionally to stir things up. But the truth is, you can't expect this dream ally to behave, to bring niceness, to be clean. His power is in the mess he creates as he calls you to engage the full cyclone of your life. He represents 2 aspects of you now. The winds in your outer life appearing to throw you off course, where you assume the world is coming at or happening to you, and the winds that churn inside you. With the dust devil arising from the dreamscape to help you escape your invisible chains, shackling you to a barren desert. This one's weird. Stop asking for things to be perfect. Awkward, messy, conflicted, exuberant, and wild is how you shift. Trust the process. I'm getting it now. The dust devil knows what you need when you need it. Once things settle, you will be gleaming jewels awaiting your discovery, the wisdom awaiting integration. So this is talking about taking messy action, right? Not having to have everything perfect, you know what I mean? Just starting to go a little bit with the flow, you know what I mean? Not having all of the answers, you know what I mean? And just and 2 things actually, not having all the answers and going with the flow and just pushing out that way. But then also like internally, you know what I mean? Having that stillness, going ahead and, you know what I mean? Either meditating, having that sound inside, you know what I mean? But going ahead and still going through the storm and then taking action, even though you're not 1000% sure exactly what you're doing, how you're doing it. Just keep on going and taking a little step forward, no matter what that is, right? And it's also talking a little bit about illusion as well. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, that fear, forget everything and run. You know what I mean? False evidence appearing real, right? What fear means, you know, and it's like, hey, where we feel the fear is where we need to go, right? Where we feel that resistance, a little bit of resistance is good, right? It's when we keep on trying to swim upstream. Like, for example, if you have like this really, really bad relationship and you keep on having the challenges, you know what I mean? And you keep on breaking up, getting back together, like that's saying, okay, that's not working out. A little bit of resistance is good. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, okay, I'm pushing forward a little bit, you know? And it's like, okay, the door opened. You know what I mean? Sometimes the best doors don't just like fling open. You know what I mean? You got to put a little bit of, and then they open. But if you're sitting there banging on the door trying to get it open, like, okay, it's not opening for a reason. Face everything and rise. Oh, I love that, Christine. I only know the bad ones, you know, for fear. And Christine's like, I'm laughing. I've been relaxing more, going with the flow. It's actually kind of nice. Oh my God, yes. And Jay's like, makes sense for me. Choose right number as needs so much answers and life is stagnated. Yes. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Number 3. I'm so excited. Ooh. This is so funny too. Okay. Lay of the land, ancestral wisdom, number 34. There are times when you're meant to discover and explore new terrain in your life, even to be part of a wave of change. This is one of those times. And when you're contemplating is perhaps new to you, but others have laid well-worn paths and left wisdom for you to rely and reflect upon. Yes, this is so you can have a better understanding of the potentials and possible pitfalls of your journey. When you know the lay of the land, you are better to fully experience what is being offered to you. This is a wonderful time to seek a mentor or good advice from expert or elder. That way you be able to meet life's opportunities and challenges well informed. Knowing you have a map, now you can be curious about what everyone else is here about what else is here. This is a path that promises success in all areas. Where others before you have dared to tread, you will discover the treasure that they have left behind for you to make them your own. So this is like there's a couple of things going here, right? So it's basically saying that your ancestors, like your mom's mom, and that kind of stuff like that, have had untapped talents in any kind of source, you know what I mean, that you should take with you, right? So this could be like, oh, they were spiritual, but they never did anything with it. You know what I mean? They knew things before they could happen, but they didn't do anything with it. You know what I mean? You might hear those stories and that kind of stuff too, but they weren't able to explore it. It could be something like that, or it could be like your family has always been in this kind of job and done this kind of thing. You know what I mean? But they're talking about breaking that cycle. You know what I mean? The ancestral cycle, right? And then there was one more thing too. Is it also breaking the cycle of what doesn't belong to you, right? Their hangups, their phobias, you know what I mean? Their issues, you know what I mean? Maybe everyone in your family is afraid of heights, you know what I mean? Or they feel like, you know, you shouldn't believe in spiritual stuff because it's devil's work and that kind of stuff. It's like, okay, it's time to like break the cycle too. But at the same time, knowing that a lot of them have already passed on and they're here to help you now, because so many people that I have talked to on the other side are like closed-minded, like they were closed-minded, you know, and they were like, oh my God, I was so like this, so stubborn to see different ways. And now they've really seen, you know, their mind has opened more. And that's when they're like, okay, you know what? I can help them now. Because I kept myself in a box. I don't want to keep them in a box. You know what I mean? I don't want them to be like this. So if you know anyone that like that who has passed on, you can truly ask them to help you out as you go forward and you try, you know what I mean, to tread where they wouldn't dare to tread. Right? And your grandma reads tea leaves. That is so freaking cool. And I hear things about my great grandma. You know, my great grandma, you know, knew things before they were going to happen and stuff like that. But it was just like kind of like a tall tale, you know? And then I've been getting so much wisdom during my dreams, Kathy says, truly resonates. My rescue by rescued business is going great. Oh, cool. That is awesome. Oh, good morning, Kyla. Ilona, good day. My husband's name is B-Day. Thank you for watching from the Philippines. Oh, that's so cool that you're from the Philippines too. Yes, do the healing work, break the cycles of disfam. Yes. And I'm realizing too, like since my mom's passed, it's like I've taken on some more of her phobias, and it's like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? I gotta be like, this is not mine. This is my mom's. That was my mom's. That's my mom's. You know, that kind of thing too. And man, Alona, we are doing like pick a card, so we only on number 4 now. So, she did. I didn't know that. Oh yeah, okay. I think that you guys are talking to each other. Okay. Oh man, I don't want this card. We've already talked about this card. I don't want to do it. Can I have a redraw? No, you cannot redraw. Number 1 rule in reading for yourself too is going to be no redraws, right? So we've already talked about this. I think this card came up for Moni, right? Which is a number 3, the benefactor, right? And it says grace, generosity. Did you choose card number 4, Moni, or did you choose something else? Talk about meditation. I don't know what that's about. Yeah. So I was just curious because you needed to hear the other one, right? So, because you've already heard this one. Okay. And it says that I'm just going to read it kind of again because I forgot what it meant. Like the universe wants to let you know that just as you've been generous with others, yeah, this is the one that's talking about you're getting back what you reap what you sow. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, it's about other people. It's not about you when you try to serve, right? And then it's like you just have to go out there and be generous. You know what I mean? And it's talking about the benefactor reminds you that it's in the purity of your desires to share without the need for getting something back, right? And then it's like you will be reciprocated tenfold, right? Without any connection to the original act. So it's so funny because it's like, you think like, okay, if I do this, then I'm gonna have to get the money this way. Leave the how it comes back to you to spirit, right? Because they have some really cool, crazy ways on how they can get money, abundance, time to you, right? And it's this dream sharing and caring into being. And you'll be amazed to see this vibrant seed take root and spread. Do it just because, and the benefactor will give you her blessing. You know what I mean? I think that's so really cool too. You know what I mean? And that's the thing is like, I'm trying to be generous next week because during the challenge, I want to give away some Amazon gift cards just in case, you know what I mean? You guys want something on there. You know what I mean? Even have cards on there, that kind of stuff, but even giving away card decks. The Food Healing Oracle card, people, Joanna and Lainey, they're giving away a free deck too for the challenge next week too. So isn't that freaking so amazing of them? And then I'll be giving away, you know what I mean? I'm not sure how many card decks of my own, right? My new ones, and there was something else too. The core scholarships, readings, healings, you know what I mean? So it'll be totally fun next week. So we got to be generous. Okay. And I said meditation because you wanted to return the card back in the deck. Yes. Oh my God, I've been so slack in meditation though. Oh my gosh. But I have to say, I'm not sure how you feel, Moni, about this, but like I feel like swimming is meditating, right? Because like, when you swim, it's like you just have to concentrate on your breath and be mindful. You know what I mean? It's especially because I'm not a great swimmer. It's like it's hard for me to do anything else but swim, Oh, and Teresa's like, my great grandfather was psychic, but that side of the family was so extremely Catholic. I think that was okay. I think it was okay because he practiced more like a Cerrito, which is a mix of Catholicism, insidious religion, and hoodoo. Oh my God, that is so interesting. Yes. Oh, I chose 4 and added up my B-day, and I think it's 3. Ah! That is so cool, isn't it? It's a sign. Oh my gosh, Moni's like, you're very generous, period. Oh my gosh, I love you, Moni. You guys are so sweet. I already had the foodie deck, both the standard and minis. Oh my God, you have the minis too? I don't have the minis. I need to get the minis, right? What's really cool about the food healing deck is that you can make recipes out of it. You can like be like, okay, what food does my body truly need right now? Yes, and swim is so soothing, great form. I'm trying. So what I do is that I YouTube something, like a new technique that I can do, and then I just do one thing at a time. Because like I swear, I think that the lifeguards at the gym just think that I'm about to drown at any moment, right? One second. Oh, okay. I have to block this person. Oh, the minis are the same. It's just that they're smaller. I think they're about that big. Is that right? I'm like, Moni. See, that's why we need to have coffee and cards on Zoom, right? So we're going to do that so that I can see you guys' faces too, right? I can send that to you, Nisha. You have small hands. Yes. Okay. When are you coming out with your own card deck? I know. I need to, don't I? I absolutely love it. I don't know. Like Hem talked about doing one with me, but it's like I had to do the art for it. You know how long it took for me to get my book out the day the sun slept in? You know what I mean? I did all the illustrations for that one, and I don't think the illustrations were even that good. So it's like I know I need to though. It's a sign. It's a sign. Oh, yes. Thank you, Danette. I hope you have a great day. Oh, my gosh. And I hope so happy that you get to spend it with your family. And Jennifer's like, we have a pool. My favorite time to swim is at night. Oh, my God. I just float and look at this. I want to go to Jennifer's house. You can't swim in this, right? I want to go to Jennifer's house. I want that. Okay. Manifesting a pool that I can like at night and look at the stars. Oh, okay. Minis don't have the book. That's why I bought the standard deck. Are you serious? Thank you. So, Nisha, at least you know now they don't have the book, which that's weird. All right. Yes, you have a great Sunday too, Jessica. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 3:00. So start off the challenge. I'm so excited. Yes. Okay. I'm serious, Jennifer. I want to come out there. Okay. Oh, and Nisha, you can help with the art. Okay. I'll be in touch with you. I hope you guys have a great Sunday.